We'll be right back after a 90-second ad break.
Hi, Karina. Oh, stream's over. I gotta go change. God damn it!
Damn it, the hype is real! They turned an L into a state.
Hope you have extra diapers. Corina just showed up.
Yes, Bug. Bye, Bug. It's not Friday. You have to stay. I don't want to now. I gotta change my pants. Oh, I'm actually tilting pretty bad. Pathfinder's not being very cooperative. But it's okay. We'll power through. Fucking Kingler escaped. God damn it, Kingler. No, I don't think that's gonna fit. Oh, I'm gonna go lock the door, actually. I can't trust him to not run in here naked, so... Oh. I need to rebuild my character. I probably should have done that. Whatever. Oh. Vincent! Yeah, I can't trust him to run in naked. Just like I can't trust Vincent to stay up on the microphone. Alright, what else do I gotta change? Okay. Everything's connected. Well, if he'd stay up on the mic. Mark, everything is red. Come on. There we go. Back to this. Alright. I think I'm good. I think we're good. No, we're not good. The camera's wrong. God! Fucking shit. I knew I missed something. It's because of this asshole. I pointed it up and now it's all fucked up. Please. Stay. Are you good? I'm not having a good time right now. Alright. Open this. Move this. No, never mind. I'm going to have to change that after stream. And I don't know why. Other issue is that light is now being blocked. And it's fucking hot in here. Give me a minute. It's already fucking hot in here. What's happening? Where's it going? I'm not cranky. You're cranky. Actually, it's just the computer. It puts out a lot of heat. And then I get agitated. Alright. So last time we took Dresden. Now we got to run around Dresden for 2 hours, get all our quests, figure out what we're going to do the next time I actually stream this. It was more of a generalized statement. Somebody thought I was cranky. So I'm telling them I'm not cranky, they're cranky. Alright, what do we need to do? Well, first we need to go talk to our waifu. And I think we'll just work our way this way. Get everybody in a straight path. Probably. Probably not. It's going to be a lot of reading today. Unless they're voiced. I don't remember if these cutscenes are voiced. Maybe? We got a little dragon buddy running around, though. I need to change formation. Stay behind me, dragon. Why is this... Okay, she was frozen for a minute. Arushale's ruby eyes stare watchfully at passersby who don't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness, and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? Who's amazing? Oh, we are being attacked by demons with unusual powers. Do you know anything about them? Arushale thinks for a long while. Finally, she answers hesitantly. Back in Alushinra, there were rumors about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Discari performed on their troops to make them stronger. It's not my day. Here on the material plane, these rumors were embellished with lots of details. Some say demons undergo rituals acquired from Zankuthan. Others say they feed on the blood of angels or Clipboths or demon lords. Still, others say that there are no experiments, and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future, a future in which the demons have already taken all of Galarian. Is there a grain of truth in any of these ramblings? There's no way to know. Naturally, none of these rumors give any indication where these demons come from. I'm sorry I can't help. The only thing that's clear is that the lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. Tell me about yourself. I'm afraid you won't like what I'm going to tell you. Where do succubi come from? Did you have a childhood? No. Well, yes, but in brief, the Abyss is nothing like the mortal world. Arushale makes a gesture in the air, trying to find the right words. You remember life since conception. No, wait, you don't remember that part, do you? But certainly you know everything since birth. We do not. Normally, when a human dies, the Lady of Graves decides which plane they go to. Most often, those who arrive in the Abyss turn into larvae. You know, little worms that no one notices until you step on them. They crawl in the mud for centuries, devouring each other, and the strongest ones turn into demons. I don't know how that transformation happens. Maybe we hatch out of them, like caterpillars out of butterflies. No, wait, it's the other way around. Or maybe greater demons sculpt us out of them, like so much clay? I don't know what happened to the larvae that they used to make me. And my own memory, it begins with vague, fragmentary images. Terrors, executions, orgies. I remember some poor lad half gnawed by the larvae. He was crying and begging to be killed, and I pointed at him and laughed and said I wouldn't. Desna, forgive me, I'm so ashamed. How did you end up turning against the Abyss? Temptation, Arushale smiles sadly. Strange, isn't it? So many people believe that being good is important, but it's boring and unpleasant. And all that's enjoyable and tempting pertains to evil. Even the servants of kind gods often think so, do they not? You have no idea how easy that makes the role of a temptress. Well, it was my great fortune to discover that it's not always like that. Arushale looks away. My last victim was a priestess of Desna, the tender of dreams. As you know, demons do not sleep. Mortals always compare their greatest moments to dreams. So I decided it would be interesting to see for myself, and while I was at it, forgive me, goddess, to mock Desna. This priestess lay in my arms, dying of my kiss. I remember every smallest detail. The cold sweat on her skin, her eyes rolled back into her head, her weak whisper. It's difficult to recount. Well, I dove into her mind to see what mortal dreams were like. But the goddess saw me in her realm, and it turned out I remained there far longer than I had planned. What did Desna do to you? 1 second, I gotta talk shit. As a punishment, she gave me mercy. I often think, why me? She could have easily blown me away with like smoke, with the flick of her finger. The gods rarely trouble themselves with the lives of mortals, and even less so with demons. But for reasons of her own, she paid me special attention. She awoke in the memories of the sinners whose souls were used to create me. All those humans, I knew nothing of them until Desna showed me. Each of them had their own dreams, and a world without pity trampled each of them and placed them on a path that led to the abyss. Their memories, all their hopes and pain. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk about this. You see tears well up in the succubus eyes. Casual pause for shit talking. Absolutely. Arushale wipes away her tears and continues. The most important thing I realized was that every mortal is a little world of hopes and dreams. And although I might be a succubus, I didn't have to live forever with those beastly, boring pleasures and tortures of the abyss. I can be free. I can be myself. If only I can understand who I am. Desna calls out to the best in people. If she gave you a chance, it means that there is some good deep down inside you. She saw that you were not beyond salvation. I find that hard to believe. I remember what I was back then. It shames me to remember it. It frightens me to remember it. But the goddess is wise, isn't she? Wise and insightful. Among all the filth, garbage, sharp spikes, and broken bones, amidst that nightmare that was my soul, or whatever demons have instead of a soul, she found a grain of goodness that, by some miracle, had gotten lost there. A treasure inside me that I had no idea even existed. The demon presses her palm against her heart. It is still there, I can feel it. I must preserve it. Preserve it and cleanse myself of all the remaining filth. That won't be easy, but I can do it. After all, the goddess will help me, and you will too.
Karina Sir has gifted 10 bits.
Thank you, Karina. At least it's a robot now and not the sad one. Big appreciate, though. You don't know who you are? What of you? Do you know who you are? Are there many mortals who can make that claim? Before returning me to the mortal realm, Desna whispered something to me. I can still hear her words. She asked, "And what do you dream of?" And I don't know. I still don't. You see, demons are simple creatures, Arushale purses her lips. Each is guided by 2 or 3 strong sins. Before my conversion, my sins were all I was. A ball of desire without anyone behind them doing the desiring. Desires for sex, for flattery, and food. I mean, that last one's not a bad one, though. If that's a sin, fucking burn. Let me burn. But now I have me, and it's amazing, but so complicated. Arushale makes apologetic gestures and smiles. What did Desna do? What did you do after Desna converted you? I traveled. In the beginning, I thought it wise to keep away from the demons and their temptations. Run off to Absalom, or perhaps even further, to another plane. But then I realized I didn't deserve freedom. Yet. The abyss was still in me. It called to me, tempted me, seduced me. If I ran away, I would soon return to my old habits. Arushale forces the word from her mouth. That is why I came here, to join the war, to remember who my enemy is, to defeat the demons, not just for the mortal world, but for myself as well. Because if I don't kill my past, it will always be reaching for me. That's what I'm saying. Why food? I'm a wonderful liar. I'm no longer proud of it, but it's still true. The demons never suspected my treason until the very end. I lived as a spy and regularly reported back to the priests of Desna whatever I learned. Naturally, I concealed my identity from them. I would never have been caught, but when I learned that Discari was planning an attack on Canabras, there was no time for caution. I risked everything to warn you, and paid with my freedom. I mean, honestly, thank you for not running from evil, but confronting it. Yes, I'm glad I did. But you know, it's hard. Evil calls me back every day, and when it's so close, what if one day I grow tired of fighting? I mean, just fucking don't. So do you worship Desnan now? The goddess did a lot for me, more than I ever desired. Asking anything more of her would be impudent. I'm grateful to her, but I try not to trouble her with my prayers. Well, thank you for your answers. I don't want to read too much more of it. I just wanted her to get some backstory out there. May I ask you a personal question? The kind of question a mortal might ask a succubus. You want to talk about sex? Arushale looks you in the eye. Ask me anything. I'll not keep secrets from you, but don't expect to hear anything lighthearted or pleasant. Fucking shit. The kiss of a succubus is deadly, isn't it? Not just the kiss. Any caress of any kind sucks the life from mortals, and there's nothing I can do about it. Arushale touches her lips ever so slightly. For mortals, tenderness is tenderness and violence is violence, but I don't know what it's like to kiss and not inflict pain. I just hope my observations of mortals will help me understand. Young lovers, old spouses, even what mortals condemn as promiscuity. To me, it all looks like something amazingly human. So, like, if you're like, hey, pass me the salt, and you just, like, barely touch fingers, done. Out of there. Just because your dumbass wanted some pepper, Ripozo. I mean, thank you for being so open. Arushale nods without saying a word.
Corina Sir has gifted 1 bits.
Nope, no salt. You're gonna die. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna take off. I will be watching you. Oh. Just passes you the salt, you die. That's harsh. That is harsh. Alright, who's our next one? We'll go see Sela. Let's see what she's got to say.
Ave Maristi.
Papariasti
Oh,
has
wow.
arrived.
Rishti's in my chat listening to me.
Now do the flashbang.
Up to you and dancing.
Okay, can I just get near Sela, please, game?
Oh no, she.
I'm gonna go have some salty food and fight death. That's what I'm saying. Don't let anybody touch you when they pass you the salt. Sela looks sad and pensive. It's good to see you. Get this. Jaina, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running toward Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndheart's camp, I've had the sinking feeling that I made a mistake, dragging you into this. I mean, I should have known that a raid along the edge of the world wound wouldn't be so easy. But mostly, I was wrong about a lot of people. About Jana, who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he'd turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elon. I thought we were kindred spirits. Friends through thick and thin. But it looks like I was wrong about him too. Sela looks at you closely, waiting for an answer. Don't lose trust in people, Sela. So what if you made a few mistakes? It's no reason to give up on your ideals. Somebody has to show people that there's a better path. Sela's expression brightens. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. She sighs. Thanks for listening to my grumbling and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get the chance, I'll track down Jana and see if I can talk some sense into her. And find out why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elon told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's no There's something not right about it. A servant of Iamede should gain their powers through dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure they'll use the power for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong, and it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. Okay, I mean, she's done. That finishes off her quest, though, which gets us some experience. Now we'll go hang out with Lon.
Let us bide our time.
It's hard reading because I'm getting stuffed up. Well, we probably could have talked to him while we were on our way, but, you know. Alright. On to Lon. Lon greets you with a nod. Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come and see what a strange beast you've taken into your party. What do you think of life on the surface? It must be very different from underground. Of course, as far as living conditions, the surface is definitely a better place to be. It's easier to get good food and water, not to mention build a house or even grow a few things. In older, well-established settlements, you don't have to deal with anything scarier than rats, or maybe foxes stealing chickens. As for the kinds of lives you have, I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one while others watched. But there were some brave crusader knights nearby, and they killed the villains and saved everyone. And I heard another story. A young blacksmith lost his arm in a fire, couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, the desperate blacksmith robbed a traveler one night on the road. But there were some brave crusader knights nearby, and they caught the robber and threw him in prison. Not long after, his wife smothered their baby and hanged herself. Up here, the same person can proudly say he's protecting the innocent from demons, and then look the other way while the same innocent starves just because they were born into a poor family. Queen Galfrey prolongs her life with sun orchid elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, and if one person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so that some get everything and others get nothing. I might just be a naive fool from the caves, but I don't understand how it's possible to have so much more and share so much less. Anyway, look who I'm talking to. You must know life on the surface much better than I do. I'd never leave a needy person in trouble. I've been given more than most, which means I'm now more able to help others. A fitting reply. Don't take my words as reproach. I like grumbling as much as cracking jokes. Lon is obviously trying to muster a friendly smile, but it's an expression his face doesn't accommodate very naturally. Thank you for your answers. So long. I mean, he's not wrong, though. Game's getting deep. Oh. Where's she at? There she is. The elf in front of you is young, still an adolescent by the standards of their long-lived folk. A childish, carefree smile plays on her face, and her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. Terrible scars cover her body, and a few of her fingers are missing. A crow sits on her shoulder, observing you with its clever black eyes. You're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we're surrounded by such horror? Hope? She tilts her head and continues with a smile. No, hope is a lie. What should we hope for? This world is in the hand of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't want to, or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they're about to be eaten by demons, but still they quarrel with each other, and fight, and steal. There's no hope, only us. We'll have to win without hope. It will be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle, which means we'll have to make one happen. What other choice do we have? We'll work a miracle and win, because we have to. The elf smiles broadly and nods to herself. I mean, tell me about yourself. Well, they call me Ember. I used to live in the River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. Where did you get the scars? It happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade.
The Wizard of Colorado has arrived.
How's it going, Wiz?
Yeah, right in there. Stick it right in there.
The fucking clip.
I know it fits.
It's just what I needed to hear in my ears, nice and breathy. Dad said that all the good people were going to the world wound to heal it. He said that the Crusaders were the best people in the world, and together we were gonna win. But when we arrived at River City, the Crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad and decided to burn us at the stake. Dad died, and I cried so loudly that one good knight realized it was all a big mistake. He started yelling at the other Crusaders, even the one in charge, and then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took his sword out and scared him away. The kind knight took me to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burned so badly that he died not long after. But I'm still alive, a few fingers missing, and my skin is funny. I've lived in the River City ever since. I never had my own house, but I had many friends. And then the demons came, and I met you, and you know what happened after that. Is it really so easy for you to forgive them? I'm not sure I could be so merciful. No, fuck, I'd be on a rampage. No one can say how much good or evil they have in them. No one can see into their own soul. Ember smiles and tilts her head. Her inquisitive look wanders over your face as if she's trying to look into your soul. No one knows until it's time to check. All right. Where do your magical powers come from? It's hot, so I'm tired. Oh, I'm feeling that, honestly. It was like 90 degrees today. It was not a good time. I'm realizing now I need to turn my camera if I'm going to lean slightly more towards the mic. These tricks, I have them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma, and before that, his father's. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I lived on the street, sometimes she left food for me or a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair when I fall asleep, but if I open my eyes, there's no one near. She also sent me soot. She scratches the crow's beak, and the bird grumbles happily in response. She tells Soot how to do different tricks, and Soot teaches me. It appears that Ember doesn't know who exactly gives her these powers, but you can guess from her words that her patron is Andaletta, a powerful Archon, one of the Imperial Lords, also known as Grandmother Crow. Thank you for your answers. Oh, not at all. I didn't really tell you anything. I gotta go. So go! The elf watches you with a radiant smile as you leave. It's very hard for me to do a cheerful voice. I'm learning that now. Ember's quality, though. Quality people. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Did you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes, Sociel shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. You must believe in your brother. If he gave away his shield, it means he had a good reason. I do believe it. I do. But what could have made him part with our family relic? You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Tirabade refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving Canabras. But after these events, she finally broke her silence. And the things she told me, Social shakes his head, that he was a good fighter but a terrible knight, and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Hull Run and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess' patience was worn thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shaylin took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city, asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. That was why Irabeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother. My brother. But how? He's always been so kind, merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? What do you think about your brother's fate now? I can't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shaylin, let this all be a mistake. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. Well, that's depressing. Like, utterly so.
Everyone counts on me.
His brother just turned into a monster. Oh. Ooh. Alright, next one is gonna be... Where's he at?
Gone.
Is he hiding? Or is he... Oh, he's probably in the building? Maybe? Yeah. It's gotta be Big Suck. Find out your brother's just secretly an ass. Am I dumb? Oh, I bet you. Reinvigorate the land. This isn't Azada power.
We'll be right back after a 90-second ad break.
We make it nice and pretty. Nature, bitch. Holy shit, that's a big ass tree. Where'd that tree come from? Alright, but where's he at, though? He's up on the wall. That's where he's at. That was kind of cool, though. I like that. That's from our mythic path. And I guess there's going to be other places we can do it. It's taking him a hot minute to get over here, though.
Will not fail.
Cheers. Ulbrich takes a drink from the flask he is holding. I don't know what this is. A dream, a phrase, illusion, or I've popped into another world. But you people sure know how to brew good beer. I want to ask you something. Oh, that's right. I had a question of my own to ask you. Explain to me plain and simple. Back when we first met, what was that all about? How did I end up in that fortress with all the books? Why did I wake up right when you came? This is horse feathers. That griffin statue has stood in the library for decades. Does this mean I was napping inside the statue? And what woke me up was probably the grasshopper god smashing the city with his scythe? I'm a heavy sleeper, but no one could have slept through a whopper like that. No, it still doesn't make a lick of sense. Right, so what was it you wanted to ask about? You're from the Aleska clan, right? Tell me about it. Our clan is one of the oldest. Our history goes back to a time before Sarkoris was settled, when our ancestors lived in the mountains in the far north. Once their mountain had become too small for them, they went down to the untrodden hills and forests of the south, drove out the monsters and the giants, and founded Sarkoris. Even back then, the Olesks were the first into every battle and the first to build a settlement on their land. People wrote so many songs about our deeds that if I were to start singing them all to you now, we'd be stuck here for a good month. Who routed the Orcish invaders? Who seduced the Fey Queen and stole her tiara? Whose apples are the size of a hair? And whose cider made from those apples can knock out a bear? That's right. It's all us, the Olesks. Alright, now your turn. Where do you hail from? Who's your tribe? Our humble party is my only tribe, and it's all the tribe I need. How wholesome. Right you are. When you're left all alone, all you can do is huddle together with other orphans and castaways. I used to look down on people like that. I'm more than these vagabonds, I thought to myself. And now it turns out I am one. Well, if that's how it is then, no, I can't call your band my tribe, I'm sorry. But I will guard you like a mother bear guards her cubs. We might make it out of this mess yet. If giants lived there before your ancestors, you can't really call those lands untrodden, can you? Ha ha ha, oh, you're a laugh. You're saying giants are people? Have you seen one with your own eyes? They can't even speak our tongue. They just growl and fart. They may look like humans, but they're dumber than frogs. All they know is eating and fighting. They feast on human flesh, I'll have you know. So don't feel bad for those freaks. Our ancestors were right to cut them down. God damn! I'm out of here. No, I'm out of here. There's a nice giant in Kingmaker. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna feel real bad when I stream Kingmaker.
Road awaits.
I'm gonna make him feel so guilty. There's a lot of stuff we need to do.
Follow my steps.
You know what? Darren asks, not bothering to greet you properly. I've noticed a certain cyclical pattern in my life ever since I met you. First, something happens that leaves me positively intrigued. Then I descend into the depths of fear and anger. Then I start to think it's not so bad. The curiosity comes back, and then something even more dreadful occurs. The demons attacking my home and the city around it was unpleasant enough already, but I thought I could compensate for that by striking up a curious acquaintance and having some new experiences. Then my dearest cousin threw me right into the middle of a crusade. And just when I started to see some positives in my current situation, the gargoyles kidnapped me. The slaughter in Dresden following my triumphant rescue effectively put out every spark of optimism that I had managed to gather. Now the city is in our hands again, and it's getting more and more tolerable to stay here. I feel surprisingly good, and I'm even beginning to find the city rather enjoyable. This brings one very reasonable question to my mind. What is the next outrageous and dangerous mess you're going to pull me into? I have a couple more perilous trials and insurmountable challenges in store just for you. Does this list include the ordeal known as the Trial of Cold Oatmeal? If not, then there's nothing to be afraid of. And if you think I've shown you my weak spot, then you're wrong. It was deliberate misinformation. People say you're deliberately trying Queen Galfrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun in this mess Canabras will bring. Darren grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabras fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order. A batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week, and they will be in every shop in the Citadel, or in the capital. The heroic dragon who died for our future deserves a respect, not mockery. She's dead. She really doesn't care. And I shall enjoy 3 or 4 minutes of rather pleasant thoughts about the rage of those sanctimonious fools who pestered me the most. I'd like to ask you a few personal questions. You'd buy that toy? I mean, I would too, honestly. You don't seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? If you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. And I'm not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. Darren laughs. This time, his smile is surprisingly soft. I like your way with their words. What did you expect me to say if I wanted to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean, I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else? That's what people use as an excuse when they want to keep up their saccharine facade while still saying whatever nasty little thoughts spring to mind. Karina, I'm pretty sure Darren is your spirit animal at this point. Especially when I said, do you enjoy saying mean things to people? And he just said, yes. That is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much of an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery, so who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. I don't have any more questions. I hope this conversation was at least the slightest bit amusing. It was absolutely amusing. I knew it. Here we go with the annoying one.
Our duty calls.
Shut the fuck up, Camellia. Oh, wait. I'm talking to her on purpose. Camellia looks over you pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that she wants to say something else, but the pause grows too long and she slips back into cautious silence. Your amulet's unusual. Where'd you get it? Ah, my little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice. But I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? You're much more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are uninhibited. She blushes slightly and lowers her eyes. So you've noticed? To be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather vocal. Yeah, I gotta go. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't like her. That's what I'm saying. Nobody likes her. She's an asshole. Alright, so a few things we gotta do. We gotta pop out of Dresden. We got a whole bunch of side quests to go do. I should probably sell some stuff, yeah? Go up here first. Wilser, blacksmith. I don't remember if we made another deal with Wilser Garms or not. I think we did.
Let us bide our time.
I stopped paying attention to him at a certain point. He did not. Okay. Show me what you got. Bulk selling. We're going to sell... Oh, not that one. Where'd it go? Oh, wait. That's a sort of hope. I don't need that. That can go. That can go. That. All those. That. Rabbit underdog can go. Defense by offense. That can go. That can go. It can all go. All of it. Every single goddamn one. Soul Shear? I mean, it's a +3. I'll keep it around for a little bit. Hi, Jen. How are you? Armor, that can go. All this shit can go. Actually, we probably could have gave one of those last two to Karina. So I'll keep those
Jen
two.
is ready to rumble.
Half plate can
Click
go.
that one too.
Mesmerizing rope
Wow,
can
it's-
go.
Yep.
Deal?
Just close it.
No.
Oh, we can give this to Reesty as well.
Oh.
Oh, okay, our characters do not have a level. I'm not going to do the NPC characters because I need to rebuild all of them.
I do clips all the time.
So it's not really worth the effort currently.
Not mine.
Yeah, we're going to give him this. Karina needs armor. The studded leather is garbage. What is it? Light? Yeah. Actually, I think we're going to put the armor of dispersion on her for now. Because it dispels any effects when you confirm a critical hit. Which will be very useful. Put that away, put that away. Deal. And then I don't think we really... I forget what the Arcane Weaver does. They do something important, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, they just sell accessories and garbage like that. What's Karina got? She's kind of the least... Actually, her and my character. I got the Cloak of Resistance +2, but I need a headpiece. I don't think they have one, though. Arcane Weaver mostly does scrolls, yeah. Still a lot of loot on the ground. Let's go inside the Citadel, see if there's anything there, and then I need to head outside of Dresden. I know I have multiple side quests. I don't want to rest. A middle-aged paladin with a genial face salutes you. His sparse gray hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. Everbright Crusaders reporting for duty. My name is Ciar Coblin, and I am at your service. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. We will support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind. It's either KR or CR. He passionately echoes CR's words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be the spear of the attack. The old crusader calls to the young man to order. Morvek, don't speak unless you're spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. CR smiles kindly and tousles the boy's hair. Did you fight in Canabras? How are things there? Not personally, no. The queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nerosian. Almost all of those who remained behind in Canabras died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We are licking our wounds. Canabras is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back with the First Crusade. Who have you brought with you? Everbright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. Ciar nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked this one up too. He walked to Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking to kill the demons. And then he probably would have laid siege to the threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead resolutely and boldly. Great, you'll be serving under my command. The Crusader gives you a friendly smile. It's an honor for us, Commander. Let's give the demons a dusting. Cool story, bro. There's the Prestidigitator. Not the Prestidigitator, the Prestidigitator golem. He does your glamour. Alright, so this is Crusade management, and it exists. A conflict between two officers has led to a defeat in a skirmish with demons. One of the officers, a charming young noble, tried saving the lives of the soldiers. The other, a cynical, veteran mercenary, acted based on the principle that victory is all that matters. The soldiers from each unit blame the other unit's officer for the defeat. How should the investigators arbitrate the guilty parties? This is a hard one. Fucking shit! Oh! We're gonna make them reconcile. Socio is convinced that both officers have something to learn from each other. Following his advice, the investigators sent out two of them on a mission together. They came back as good as comrades in arms. Their units have been performing in harmony ever since, and the fame of the two great commanders has been drawing in new recruits. Easy. I don't remember. I don't think we have to set up. Yeah, I don't think we have to. Advisors in this one. I know in Kingmaker you need advisors. A progressive alchemist by the name Zagelforns ran a series of experiments in an attempt to improve the potion of legendary proportions. But something went wrong. The soldiers who tasted his creation cannot return to their natural form and have grown quite dim. However, the alchemist assures everyone that no harm has been done, since giants are more useful than ordinary soldiers, and the usefulness of intelligence in a soldier is debatable in the first place. You're the damn people. What the fuck? Huh? Other soldiers were worried about their comrades' fate. The commander's decision has emboldened them, and the alchemist Zagelfrons has been reprimanded harshly. That's why I did it, is because you jump scared me right before I had to make that decision. We have so much to do. I mean, can we afford it? What's our funding look like? Not bad. We have 24,000 finance points. But we only have 100 material or 400 material points. How much is this going to cost me? Not much. Okay, so we're just going to buy like a cool 1,000 for now. That'll make it simple. Issue the decree. A council of officers seasoned in the art of war will help the commander to implement new tactics and diversify his army's ranks with more skilled units. Do it. The Sword of Valor, the great relic of the Crusades, mysteriously changed upon coming into contact with the commander. What does this mean? Clerics and wizards could shed some light on the artifact's properties. Do it! Those are going to take a hot minute. But I don't really care. And then I think that's everything we can do so far. We still have 4 more to do, but I don't feel like it. Alright, and now we gotta kind of do some pushing on the demons. Where's our main army? So I could send him to level up, take out some of these guys, level up, and then hopefully get increase how many guys you can have. I don't know if we can go past 5. But we're gonna try it. Nope, they don't get to retreat. I'm not looking for any intense combat today anyway. Cavalry, archers. Archers gotta go. Get them all? Easily. Cavalry can go next. I'm also very well aware that you don't compromise. Just so you know, Karina. It's not defeat. Compromise is defeat for you. Get rid of... Oh, I didn't mean... Oh, well. I forgot that you can't hotkey that. That's my favorite one of all time. Out of all the ones Wiz has done, that's easily the favorite. And that's not an easy thing to choose. That was too easy. He's almost gonna level. I want to get him up one more. Get him to an 8. A gang of cutthroats who sold their conscience for demon gold has been destroyed. Their chief, a battle-hardened, scar-ridden mercenary laden with valuable artifacts, is hanging in the noose. The trophies he received for murder will come in useful for the Crusaders. Did it? I mean, yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I just know better than to ask for compromise. Alright. They're going to be the most irritating thing here. So I'm shooting at them. The ghouls will be fairly annoying, but... Stay. Attack them. That's why they're going to be annoying. They start acting up. We'll fire another one at them. Hopefully take them all out. And then we can start firing on the ghouls. Nope. There we go. Now we're going to have to beat on the ghouls, but that's okay. Rip bozo. I should keep them where they're at because I don't want them getting to the archers. I probably could have attacked with him, though. Go ahead and fire off another one of these. And another one. Wail on him a little bit. Get rid of a good chunk of them. Holy. Well, there they go. Things just went from bad to worse. Hopefully I can get rid of all of them with this. Nope. But archers are next, so they'll definitely get rid of them. And then we'll just wail on them with all these other guys. Or just the Death Knights, that's cool. See? So close to leveling. I don't know why, but I kind of want Grayson saying Rip Bozo is a sound whenever anyone... Okay. Done. Evidently, demons had taken a liking to the place and had been using it as a sacrificial site for quite a long time. A dagger, presumably used for killing innocents, was found plunged into the center of the ritual symbol. Alright. So, I believe to give us more... It's Master of Maneuver that we need, which we don't have. All enemy units have minus 15 penalty to combat morale. Increases the infirmary by 5%. I'll do an extensive infirmary for now. That'll benefit us the most. Anyone says it, you think of him? Alright, I'll talk to him about it. Let's go ahead and swap to our actual party. If I can remember how to get out of this menu. That hurts. Do we need to talk to Irabeth? I don't remember. Irabeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. We need to talk about what happened during the attack on Dresden. Irabeth nods curtly. Yes, I was shamefully faint-hearted. Praise Iamade, it didn't affect the course of the battle. Still, my behavior was unworthy of a knight, even less a commander. Under the circumstances, leaving my position would be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the order, strip me of my knighthood, and send me to serve in the condemned. Few deserve titles more than you. Don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything possible and more besides. She did get hung on some hooks, and she's still here. Like, come on. Thank you, Commander. The gratitude in Irabeth's voice is sincere. A spark of enthusiasm appears in her eyes, which had grown dull over recent weeks. The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Irabeth who was ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me, more than anyone else does in this crusade, even more than I trust myself. Despite your words, Irabeth obviously still feels unworthy of her commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with rank-and-file soldiers, those whose faith in her command remains undimmed. Can I do that? How's the Eagle Watch doing in Canabras? Everything is going well. I was wary of handing over the reins at first. I was afraid that everything would fall apart without a Nevi and me. But I took a risk and left a very clever lad in charge. A tiefling, as it happens. He infiltrated the cult alone. They couldn't imagine a tiefling wouldn't be on their side. He exposed an entire cell. I personally knighted him just before the city was attacked. Of course, there were many who weren't happy about it, but it's not my job to make people happy. He hasn't disappointed. He has built up the Order's ranks again and is running everything so smoothly. It's as if the demon attack never happened. He's proved more than once that I left Canabras in good hands, but I admit it's still strange to think that such a small order as the Eagle Watch now has 2 chapters, one in Dresden and one in Canabras. Y'all allow me to ask some personal questions. Frowning a little, Irbeth nods. Please, but I must warn you, there are some things I don't have the right to discuss. Okay, so we don't get that option here. Tell me about the Eagle Watch. It was a small order created to fight not only demons, but also the enemy within. To maintain the purity of the paladin ranks, prevent heresy, and identify spies. And it failed miserably at that.
We'll be right back after a 90-second ad break.
No worries, Jen. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated it and formed their nest within its ranks. After the Queen entrusted me with leading the order, Anevi and I practically built it from scratch. We got rid of dead weight, people who weren't committed. We organized ways to transmit messages and orders safely. We introduced reliable ciphers. We found tacit allies around the city, from crusader orders to street beggars. This was my personal crusade, to purge the city of the Templars who infested it. And I thought I was winning. I could feel it. We were so close to driving the cultists out of Canabras, but Irbeth frowns. It's hard to admit, but those successes didn't count for much once the demons entered the city. On the contrary, if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a headquarters at the Defender's Heart. The cultists would have served up the city on a platter to the demons. The lines on Irbeth's head soften. Yes, that's true. It's a good thing we achieved something. Thank you. So it turns out that the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me? I wonder why. You think that the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anevi and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. Cool. I don't know how to assign her with rank and file soldiers. So no. Okay. So I need this one to be done, which takes 1 day. A council of officers seasoned in the art of war will help the commander to implement new tactics and to diverse... Oh, I already read that. Stupid ass. So, Irbeth's breakdown, which occurred before the assault on Dresden, still haunts her mind. She should be reminded that she was, is, and will always be a hero in the eyes of the soldiers by appointing her as commander of a small squad of crusaders. Unfortunately, because Irbeth is occupied as squad leader, her duties in the Crusades command have to be transferred to somebody else. I mean, do it. A group of warriors has been subjected to a dangerous potion that has turned them into giants. They need to be cured. It looks like it was a success. No, it's just an option. Okay. Not sure why this popped into my head, but I did hit record. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Ask me tomorrow when I forget. Okay. Oh, something's happening. Sealkind. Before you stands a tall, fit man whose dark hair is already tinged with gray. He greets you with a brisk military salute. My name is Captain Sealkind. I command the vanguard of a mercenary group called the Blackstone Company. We've come from Andoran to assist you. Why'd you join up with us? Queen Galfrey paid for our services, but please do not think we're fighting for gold alone. We are true sons and daughters of Andoran, so the ideals of equality and resisting enslavement ring true in our hearts. We will be glad to stand in the way of the demons who seek to force mortal kind into bondage. The bulk of our company made camp in Nerosian, but the vanguard, consisting of our finest soldiers, if I may add, was put under your command. Although I might not be here tomorrow. Shopping day at the beach? Oh? Get it? I want to know more about your unit. The Blackstone Company is proud to be recognized as one of the finest Andorran mercenary regiments. We're not a bunch of unscrupulous sellswords looking to oppress the innocent and serve the tyrants of the world. No. We're adventurers, eager to get involved in a dangerous enterprise and leave it with pockets full of gold and a clear conscience. Shopping at... God damn, Karina! Which is why we held a vote among our units. We were glad to accept Queen Galfrey's invitation to join the crusade. Though some of our commanders did voice their displeasure with the sum she offered. But like I said, we Andorrans are a free people who cannot be pushed around and who cannot be bought. Only convinced. It's your friend's birthday, it's what she wanted to do? Yeah, but still, like, that's a good day. Shopping? At the beach? Like, that's quality. Honestly, quality. I want to know more about you, Captain Sealkind. The man flashes a genuine smile. I don't even know what to say. I'm a soldier, a bit of an explorer, and just an all-around honest man. Hi, Allie. How are you?
Alley Cat 500 has arrived.
Get on with your duties.
Put
That's
it
kind
on
of
something
rude.
that's yours.
You know, I don't know.
You're
why
excited?
part of the rules
I mean, I'm excited for you.
Why
Shit.
aren't part of the rules of this game if you roll
Some good
7,
time. Oh,
you don't
boy.
get to choose from some.
How's your day, Allie? Yes, sir. Glad to be under your command. Captain Sealkind salutes you again, smiles, and adds in a softer voice. It will be an honor to serve with you, Commander. If you have any questions, let
Yeah.
me know. If you need
'Cause
to
I
talk,
fucked
I'll be
up
happy to
and
lend
I
an ear.
citied up, and so now I get so much fucking
I'm
shit.
good. I'm
That's not
very happy and trying very hard not to grab this mic arm right now. And I've also got a shit ton of foam back there that you can't see that I'm also trying not to touch. Irabeth said that we're under threat from demons with unusual abilities, like that Nabasu that attacked your army at the Lost Chapel. They're very powerful and they're growing in number. You haven't found out where they're coming from, have you? Arushale looks around shyly and continues, lowering her voice as if entrusting you with a personal secret. I'm not sure, but I think I have a lead. I know where to find someone who can lead us to their source of power. Who are you talking about? A hag by the name of Jerunica. She used to live here before the fall of Sarkoris, but when the demons invaded this world, she happily took their side. The old cannibal knows many secrets. You just have to make her talk. Does she also have special powers? Her, I doubt it, but still be careful. She is very old, very sly creature. She is incredibly dangerous. Where can I find this informer? The place is called Green Gates. I'll show you how to get there. Long ago, before the whirlwind, there was a Sarkorian fortress there. Then the Crusaders built a small chapel, but for many, many years the place has been home to nothing but abomination and squalor. How did you find this? Arushale quickly looks at the faces of those present and seems to curl in on herself. Quietly, almost whispering, she says, "That is a long story. I will tell you when we get there, all right? Thank you for the tip." Happy to help! It's just... Arushale looks around cautiously again and lowers her voice. You won't go there without me, will you? I want to personally make sure this monster doesn't escape you. Bet? Chilled at the kid's house while he and Cass... Oh, yeah, that was there today. Are they still uploading that to YouTube? Or are they doing those on Kick? Grandma Gretlin's back! Grandma Gretlin lowers herself into a bow. Good day, your commandership. It is we, the artistic board of the Next Door Theater. We are still working on our piece about your heroism. We have even taken on a few new crew members. We now have a master of stage equipment and scenery. It's my granddaughter, Tina. Tina, say hello to his commandership. The old cannibal. Yeah, I'm running there. Right. Like, I'm just going to head straight there. We are faced with another dilemma. We simply can't decide on a climactic moment for the act that's all about the Battle of Dresden. Here, you listen to the options. Grandma Gretlin holds up a scroll before her eyes and begins to read, running a gnarled finger along each line. Option 1. The commander, so that's you, launches himself out of a catapult and smashes down on a fortress wall, allowing the armies to rush inside. I hope you guys are paying attention because you're picking. So launches himself out of a catapult and smashes down on the fortress wall, allowing the armies to rush inside. Option 2. The commander, so that's you again, masquerades as a succubus and creeps into Dresden in disguise, and then opens the gates to the Crusaders. Option 3. The commander, so that's you again, rides to the attack on an enormous mountain goat, or should we call it a battering ram, and it breaks down the city gates. Well, what say you? No worries, Karina. Allie, are you still here? They're on Rumble now for the podcast, and Kaz is going to put what he can from Twitch onto YouTube. So going forward, Kaz is... Okay. I'll watch out for it. Karina's busy now, Allie, though, so I'm going to need you to pick how this play for my character's heroism goes. Does he launch himself out of a catapult and smash down on the fortress wall? Does he masquerade as a succubus and creep into the city? Or does he ride in on a giant ram, a giant mountain goat? Ride on the goat? Bet. I like the version where I ride on the back of an enormous mountain goat. But where are you going to get a goat of that size? We're still working on that part, your commandership. It's hard to get a goat in the middle of the world wound, especially an enormous one. But we'll think of something, don't you worry. Grandma Gretlin and her entourage move away, but their voices project so well that you can easily hear the rest of the conversation. Do you think the commander will mind if we add the goat and the catapult to the show? That way, the bit where he breaks down the gates will make for much better drama. Granny, did you forget that the role of the commander is being played by those gnome twins packed into one long cloak? Has anyone ever tried firing 2 gnomes in a cloak out of a catapult before? Calm yourself, Tina. It's just a minor snag. You can't achieve success without a few difficulties along the way. We'll think of something. You'll see. More reading. It's just a reading stream. The tall, gaunt half-elf salutes you solemnly. Commander, it is an honor to call this first meeting of the Military Council to order. I am Captain Odin, and I've been serving under your command ever since the assault on the Great Garrison. I will do my best to be as of much use to you as possible in this role. The foundation of military is cold calculation and discipline. These are principles I will seek to impart to our crusaders. If we are to win this war, we must forget about mercy, for our enemies, for our troops, and for ourselves. Well, Commander, your sister Sela is no renowned general, but she spent half her life tussling with evil. It looks like I'll be stepping up on behalf of all of Iomede's faithful here. I hope my advice will prove useful. Demons aren't the first invaders to come to the lands of Sarkoris. I know this country, and I know how people used to fight here in the old days. Listen to me, War Chief, and I'll tell you how to turn the land itself into our ally. The first issue on the Military Council's agenda is the reorganization of our troops. Our infantry has been bled dry. The forces Her Majesty granted us were enough to take Dresden, but we need more troops to hold it. Furthermore, the army was assembled in great haste after the assault on Canabras and was never adequately equipped. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for redeployment. Our scouts report that a powerful Baylor is already preparing a retaliatory strike on Dresden, but we can rely on freshly conscripted Menevian soldiers. They may not have the skill, but our strength, as always, lies in the number and the fervor of the volunteers joining the Crusades. We can't throw everyone into a meat grinder. We'll just get our youths killed for nothing. We need to select the best among the recruits, or even better, hold a contest. The bravest and most capable will join the Crusaders. The death count is always highest in the infantry. Its purpose is to serve as a shield. It would be wise to invest our resources in hiring and training heavy footmen with shields to ensure maximum protection, even if it limits their mobility and makes them less threatening to the enemy. Never enough folk, same in war as in peacetime. We dealt with that problem by finding helpers among the animals. Why can't we do the same now? Strengthen the infantry with war dogs. 1 soldier with a dog at his side is more like 1.5 fighters, maybe even 2. I like the idea of war dogs. We're going to go with war dogs. Hang on. What does the military council do? The military council determines the strategy for our troops, enacts army reforms, and approves new equipment standards, and makes decisions on all issues regarding military action on the front lines. Who is this Baylor? The most trusted servant of the demon lord Discari. Among the historians of the Mendevian Crusades, he's known as the strategist of the Whirlwind. He's not as renowned as Menago, the conqueror of Dresden, or Hepsimira, the daughter of Baphomet, but he has claimed the most major victories over the forces of Mendev. He's a general and quite possibly one of the best tacticians in the entire Abyss. I've been studying his style of warfare for years. He may seem like an ordinary demon, another typical war taskmaster, but that's all a fallacy. Like a beast following a scent, he senses weakness in his enemy's defenses and strikes at them, sending soldiers to bring targeted carnage. His uncanny charisma attracts more and more soldiers to him, so he's never short on troops and sacrifices them like pawns whenever he pleases in order to achieve his victories. He is the face of the demon host. For many years, I've been gathering research on him, preparing for the day our armies would clash with his once more. I hope my council will help you defeat him, but so far he has known no defeats. I have a question for my advisors. We're ready to answer any questions you have, Commander. Ulbrich, do you have military experience? Do I have experience? Ha! I fought on this land back when it was still called Circorus. I led my clan on raids against our neighbors, drove invaders from our land, and I went to war with my band against orcs and giants. What kind of Sarkorian would I be if I stood on the sidelines now? Regil, why do you wish to sit on the military council? I have command experience, and I intend to impart to the Crusaders at least a modicum of the discipline and rigidity of the Hell Knights. The quality of the Mendevian staff currently available to you leaves much to be desired. Regil glances at the wincing Captain Odin. That much is certain. Sela, have you ever commanded an army before? Not on a scale like this, of course not. But I fought evil, and I know its tricks. Besides, war makes people callous, and it's always useful to have a paladin advisor around to remind you at a crucial moment that what we're actually fighting for, right? And who are you, Captain Odin? Captain Odin bows ceremoniously. I've served on the front lines of the Mendevian army for over 25 years, and in that time I've gained a wealth of combat experience. His voice sounds calm, but his face darkens at the mention of wealth of combat experience. I am considered one of the foremost experts on tactics and strategy in Queen Galfrey's officer corps. I've spent my whole life studying the craft of warfare, and I'm familiar with the thoughts of all prominent military leaders of the last 5 centuries. Furthermore, I wholeheartedly believe in the traditions of Mendev's military art, and I will gladly share my knowledge with you, Commander. I've got no more questions. Joke's on you, I have more questions. What are your opinions? Everyone looks at you expectantly. Ulbrich, how will war dogs help the infantry? A loyal hound is more than just a set of sharp fangs. It's an extra pair of eyes, a keen nose, and another head in a way. It's no soldier, but it's extra fighting power. Since we can't get any more human warriors from anywhere, we should swell the ranks with 4-legged fighters. Sela, do we really only need the bravest and most capable for our infantry? I mean, we can't send untrained rookies to a slaughter. We have the right to command only those who are ready for battle, those who can defeat the enemy. We must find out who has the skill and the guts. Contests are perfect for that, and a little excitement for our warriors couldn't hurt either. We won't get that many winners, but the strength will come from their prowess, not their numbers. Your proposal would leave us with an inventory full of selfish risk-takers dreaming of glory and valor. That is bad material for a soldier. The infantry's role is to be a shield for the archers and mages. All they're required to do is follow orders and hold the line, unto victory or death. Ambitious loners cherry-picked through the contests of skill are not fit to perform this duty. He's gonna say the same thing. The infantry is a meat shield intended to catch the blade of an opposing army in its flesh. The shield must be reliable. That is all that is required of it. That is why I would like to see well-armored shield bearers as our foot soldiers. We must have the option of pitting ranks of footmen against a tide of rampaging demons, knowing with certainty that they will not scatter or die until they have completed their task. Odin, you just want to gather up some recruits from Mendev? Yes, institute a draft and try to amass as many new soldiers from Mendev and other lands as we can. We've always drawn our strength from our zeal and our determination to oppose evil. If we start holding contests or selections, we'll turn a holy crusade into a job for the chosen few and scare away future volunteers. If we try changing our tried and true tactics, we'll lose valuable time. And our army is in need of fresh blood right now. I gotta go with the war dogs. Also, because dogs are smart as fuck, yo. Training a dog for war is no easy task, but we had a few tricks in Sarkoris. Druids today aren't a patch on the old ones, of course, but they can talk to beasts. That's all we need. I'll train 5 dogs, and they'll quickly supply our army with 4-legged reinforcements. Captain Odin salutes you formally. Thank you for your time, Commander. When the reforms are finished and the ranks of our infantry are replenished, I will assemble the military council to discuss new decisions. So much reading. Holy. Is Wiz on? Because once Wiz is on, we're probably going to raid into him. We raid the Wizard of Colorado on Tuesdays. He's not currently, so we'll keep going. That was a lot. My chest hurts from reading, though. Holy. Alright, let's... Okay, I can't get out. I need to go downstairs. So we're going to set out, but we're not actually going to have much time to actually go do anything, sadly. Also, I need to figure out this light situation. I need to get one right here. So that might get ordered this weekend. Hey, a quest! Great. Let's go do more reading!
Let us be careful.
Where's he at? Where's Greybor? I'm pretty sure it's Greybor. It could be somebody else. This guy, maybe? The boy sitting on the counter looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity, though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. The knight commander at my establishment? What an honor. My name is Faikido. I'm the owner of the Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask this because some don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You can call me Armored Armadillo for all I care. Your commanderness, are you sure? I'm gonna remember that, you know. Fi smiles mischievously. I'm absolutely sure. Out of respect for the whims of the hero of Dresden, the armadillo it is. So what can I do for you? Wine, a meal, a heart-to-heart talk? I'm trying to see... No, it's not him I need to talk to. Greybor should be here somewhere. Oh, it'd help if I could actually see the whole building. I'm not used to that still. There he is.
How can I help you?
Before you stands a dwarf. He has stern, rugged features and looks to be well armed. He fills his pipe with tobacco from Garund, lights it, and blows out a cloud of smoke. Finally, he addresses you in a deep, dignified voice. I want to hire you for a dragon hunt.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
The dwarf's eyes light up, but his tone is one of studied indifference. Give him the money.
Excellent. Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Dresden, to the Grimwood Forest.
Bet.
The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there. I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
I'm going straight after the dragon. Dragon fight. Come on. What's he... this guy. My character turns into a dragon. We're hunting a dragon. Dragon fight. Although I'm fairly certain their character is going to be significantly larger than mine. So, you know. That happens. Oh. Alright, so... it's a secret, even though he can probably hear me, but we're going to raid the Wizard of Colorado now. I need something to eat, and I need to get a nap in before work. So I appreciate everybody coming by. Tomorrow, I might stream Pathfinder tomorrow. I might come on late because we have Ark with Allie and Kaz. I believe Kaz said he's streaming that. So if I'm not here by 6:30, I'm probably not going to end up streaming until probably 8:30. Then Friday or Thursday will be more Pathfinder. Friday we're hanging out in Discord, and then Saturday is Spooky Saturday. Outside of that, I appreciate everybody coming by. I'm going to set up a raid to Wiz, so hold on just a moment. I'm going to snooze this ad so you don't get caught in an ad before you go on raid. And we'll be back later. Thank you, everybody. I am excited for Arc 2, Allie. Wiz is playing some Final Fantasy 16, so that's what we're going to.
We will now be raiding the Wizard of CO. Please show them respect and compassion.
Everybody have a good night. We're out of here!